Hey YouTube, this is Hobbs here, or 74 Hobbs. I'd hate to get my name confused with anyone else's and then all of a sudden hear a bunch of crap for no reason. Anyway, thought I'd do my first review. This is a knife review. A friend of mine sent me a blade that he had gotten, I think, for like $1. And he thought what he's going to start doing is he's trying to become a retailer for cold steel, and he was trying to think of if maybe he could throw in these real cheap knives as a free gift type thing. And that's really, well, as we go down the list here of the talking points he gave me to go through to do reviews for it, I guess we'll pretty much go over it. Anyway, well, here's the knife. There's no real name for it. He didn't give me one. To me it looks like, well, just as a first impression, being that I'm not really a connoisseur of knives just yet, just looking at it I was like, oh, this isn't bad. Nice little pocket knife, I guess. It's got a locking mechanism on the back here. It's got a nice thumb extractor, I guess is what you would call it, maybe. Nice little design of a little eagle here. You probably can't see it that well. A little checkering on the handle here. Fits in the hand nicely. It's got a nice piece here to fit as a little clip for the put in your pocket. Fits pretty nicely there. I've used it a few times already. I've used it to do some whittling, do some everyday cutting of paper, I guess you could say, peeling an apple and cutting an apple, going out in the back doing yard work, like, you know, cutting old foliage that's dead, and the old weeds in the grass that you don't want, things like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. The first impression is, look at this. Looks like a Spyderco knockoff. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty damn cheesy, honestly. That was my first open it up. It was like, oh, so they're trying to be a Spyderco. I understand. Okay. Well, the actual handle fits fairly nicely in your hand, and the locking mechanism is nice. There's hardly any play in the locking blade at all. I'm giving some good pressure here. In the handle, there's no real play at all with the blade, which is nice. And there's a tiny bit, but I mean, it's a free knife, $1. Come on. It's nice. It's fairly easy deployment. Nice click. When you hear it snap open, it's nice. Every time I've opened this up with a quick wrist, flick of the wrist type of movement, whenever I open it that way. And I do it several times. I've probably had this knife for about a week and a half. Several times a day just doing that, and doing that over and over and over again. It seems like it does have a little more grab here in the handle. So it looks like it will need some WD-40 at some point. Anyway, let's look at the blade real quick. What the hell is with all this shit right here? I'm not really happy about all the serrations there. I mean, this is a 3.5-inch blade, and you've got the majority, or more than half of the blade, is serrations. And I mean, I guess it's fairly sharp. I mean, it's serrations, for goodness sakes. Why wouldn't it be? But only this much of the blade is actually a cutting edge, and the other part of that is, on this side, you can tell the nice grinding bit. When you turn it over, though, see this piece here? This is from me sharpening it earlier today. That's not actual grinding that you see there. This is a completely flat edge. So this really is kind of a poorly made or a poorly designed blade, in my opinion. Let's see, fit and finish. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. I mean, nothing. I think I told them the best part about this blade, by the fit and finish of the handle or whatever, besides it fits really nicely in my hand, is the eagle. That's kind of cool, or whatever. And the thumb piece here is nice. It's nice and big. So, like some of the tiny ones you see that you have to, you pay like, I don't know, $50 for, $20 for, when there's no flipper on the side, because tiny little thumb extractor. That's kind of nice to have, is that big. Handle quality, yeah, it sucks. It's pretty cheap. Overall first impression rating, I gave it a 4. Fit and finish, I gave it 3. This is of course 1 out of 10 ratings. Blade quality, I gave like a 2, maybe a 1. I mean, it's stainless steel, but really, all the little things about it kind of sucks. Handle quality and construction, I gave it a 2. When it came down to whittling, it actually wasn't bad. I gave it a 7. It went through, small sticks fairly easily. It went across, the blade went across the wood nicely. Another thing about the blade, it doesn't keep an edge very well at all. You can sharpen it until the cows come home, and it'll be fine, and then you cut through paper a couple of times and it just sucks. I mean, I just sharpened this, and I think I ran through it, a piece of paper, a few times with difficulty, and at first I was like, oh, it's not too bad. It's not like my SRK, of course, but then it just got worse and worse as time went on. Peeling an apple and cutting an apple, I gave it an 8. Cutting down unwanted weeds, I gave it an 8, that kind of thing. Because, I mean, if you're doing some really, like Nutton says, metal versus wood, or grass, or whatever else, metal should always win. Ding, ding, ding. Anyway, for a free knife, for someone buying X amount of dollars or whatever and other stuff, it's not a bad deal, I guess. I mean, it's free. I mean, you get what you pay for, right? Anyway, I'll be doing some more reviews later on, and hopefully I will, yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. Anyway, look forward to making more of these, and I will catch y'all later.